basketball team who you've talked to in their situation?
Yeah. First, heartfelt prayers go out to all those that have been impacted. I've been on the line constantly with Wayne Tinkle as early as right after it happened when he called, and so we've been in dialogue all day. Safe to say, or happy to say that the team is safe, that everybody's together. Almost 45 in the travel party. They were hunkered down in the hotel when this happened. There were a couple of the travel party members, non-team members, that were in other areas and were also in lockdown, but in other buildings. They are safe as well. So we are so thankful that we're in the current situation we're in, and we are currently looking for options relative to this trip. And the original itinerary called for leaving Barcelona in the morning, and certainly the fluidity of this issue, the gathering of information, and wanting to make an informed decision will lead us to next steps. So we're not sure where that lies.
Is your son there?
My son is there. Spoke with him several times this morning.
So talk about the location of their hotel in relation to the accident.
Right on the main avenue where it happened, and unfortunately, our student athletes were exposed to horrific carnage that will be lasting memories to them. Unfortunately, always try to learn and grow from an experience like this. And one thing I can guarantee you is that they are together. They're supporting each other, and any help they need from us is being provided.
Obviously, this isn't a typical situation, but is there some kind of a emergency protocol that you guys have for when teams are on the road like this and something similar happens?
Well, and we have travel experts that are with them every day, so absolutely those things, hour by hour, are taken care of with the folks that are with them. In addition to that, we want to make sure we're providing the emotional support our student athletes need, and that line is wide open whenever that's needed.
How did your child describe this? How did Coach Tinkle describe the scene? What did they see out there?
Well, my son Isaac actually, right after Wayne called, during the same time, he had mentioned he had heard gunshots, and it wasn't necessarily gunshots, as others witnesses had mentioned too. I don't know what the sounds were, but literally all of them after it occurred were close enough to witness some of the horrific carnage that lied ahead of them. So they huddled up as a team. They went to their rooms. The coaches checked on them continuously, and then brought them together again. And they're in good shape right now, given the circumstances.
Did they describe anything that they saw? Were they hesitant to describe anything?
Sure they did. They did describe some of what they saw. And yes, they were hesitant to do so, but I think they feel like talking amongst each other is therapy in this regard, and keeping an open line of communication is healthy for them right now, and they're doing that.
Scott, who will make the decision about whether or not they stay?
We'll make that collectively. We'll look at, again, we want to make an informed decision with the student athlete's safety first in mind, and we'll do that as we go through the day-to-day. I think we'll have a much better idea of the landscape. We'll go from there.
If they stay, are they busing? Are they flying out?
They're busing. They're moving. The original itinerary called them to smaller markets down south, moving out of Barcelona by bus. Was the original itinerary.
Did Isaac call you first, or did Wayne call you first, and what time was that?
Isaac texted me about the same time Wayne called me, and then Isaac called after that. This morning, right after it happened. I'm not sure exactly the time frame. I was coming back from a breakfast meeting.
Okay.
I would say it was in the neighborhood of 8 to 8:15, about 8 o'clock, right in there.
You said they hunkered down. I know there was a fluid situation on where were these guys. Did they just were told to stay in a room? What was the story?
Yeah, so fortunately, Wayne had planned a team meal, so that they were literally in the lobby going together in the hotel to team meal, as opposed to being out on the street going to eat on their own. And so right when that occurred, they brought them together, disbanded them to their rooms, and then checked on them continuously from there, then brought them together again after that.
Who in your staff is over there? Be a 45-member party. Is there somebody, an associate AD or something?
Yeah, we do. We have Sean is over there. Several. We have videographers. We have several folks, including the what I'd call an expert travel party that's put this together. So we have a bunch of boots on the ground as we need them.
What goes through your head when you're obviously here and you hear news like that, knowing that some of your student athletes are involved in a situation like this?
A bit of helplessness, right? You're so far away. You want to make sure they're safe, and so then what becomes so important is the lines of communication and understanding exactly what's going on. And so again, Wayne and I will talk again here in a few minutes. Have been on the phone constantly all day, just getting updates and understanding where we sit.
Scott, will this affect any future plans for travel abroad with any of the athletic teams?
Yet to be determined.
Hey guys, I'm going to get Coach